Disappointing loss against a really good Hofstra team. They're really good. There's a reason they've won as much as they have. Thought our legs were a factor from Thursday's overtime game and where we just are in terms of rotation. I knew our guys wanted to play. They wanted to play anyway. It's senior day. It's Children's Hospital Day, which is a lot more meaningful. The poor kids that are fighting and to get healthy, and that's a bigger picture, much more important than a game. And our guys tried to play for that cause. And then before the game, when we're doing our senior day ceremony, they ran right through the middle of all of our pictures with our kids, which, I have not seen in 30 years of coaching. So our guys were fired up and ready to play. I thought our guys played as hard as you can possibly play. We couldn't make a shot. Some of that's good defense by them. Some of that's just failing to make some good looks. And, we don't dribble drive the ball particularly well. So it's a long opening statement. Fire. I don't know.
Go for it, Kenny.
Coach, hard-fought battle. What do you feel like was the main culprit behind today's loss?
Well, I think they're really good. I think that's the main culprit, and I thought we were tired. And they're tired, too. I'm not making excuses. When I say tired, it's because it's a lot of minutes for a lot of guys. Tyler really rallied, and I think everybody comes to our games can tell Tyler is the best athlete on our team. And he didn't look tired because you're juiced up and you're able to get the adrenaline going. I think some of our guys that maybe aren't as athletic looked didn't have their legs like they always have had. But give Hofstra credit. I mean, that's a really, really good basketball team over there. Give them a lot of credit. I mean, they've beaten everybody. That's not like they upset us. I mean, we were the underdog, unfortunately, and a year ago we were able to beat them in here by 17. So we were confident we could beat them, and we just didn't make enough plays, especially in the last. We had the lead with 4 to go and just couldn't close it out. So give them credit. I think that was the culprit. But a lot of good players over there, man. I mean, Warren Williams is terrific. Tyler Thomas is terrific. And I get that Aaron Estrada didn't have a great stat line, but he's the one guard in the entire league that has a good shot to wear an NBA jersey because of how skilled he is. And so we put so much attention on him that, other guys are going to get opportunities. So I know his stat line wasn't great, but make no mistake, that guy, he's the best guard in the league.
And like you said, Hofstra is one of the best teams in the league. Only lose by 3. I mean, what kind of positives do you pull from today?
Well, I think the positives are we've played better since Tyler got back. If you look at our season, we were really bad early. We got off to a good start in conference. They're playing pretty well. Tyler, unfortunately, gets injured. It's the one guy we don't have a backup for. I know you guys are tired of hearing it, but we practice every day. We don't have a backup 3-man on the roster. So if Tyler is not playing, we have no 3-man period. So we're playing 3 little guards or we're playing 2 4-men, and that's a clunky lineup, as we all know. So when Tyler first got back against Monmouth, I think conditioning and timing was going to be a factor for him a little bit, and it was. That first half against Monmouth, he really struggled. His stats since the comeback didn't really get good until the last 2 games. It just takes a while to get back in shape. I mean, the poor guy's got a back injury, and he's rolled his ankle twice. But he's a warrior, man. That guy is an absolute winner, and biggest winner I've ever been around in terms of just attitude and infectious personality. There aren't a lot of guys I've coached in 3 decades that would have suited up like he has through this stuff. So, I'm really proud of him and the ball game he had tonight. Carried us.
Chino, those last 4 minutes, do you think that was more about like the thing you said with the legs, or do you think it was more about Hofstra executing all those possessions?
Well, I mean, so we missed 2 free throws. We're first in the league in free throw shooting. We go to the line, we go 0 for 2. We go to the line, we go 1 for 2. I would argue that's probably legs. The dunk that they got to seal the game was a completely broken play where the ball was batted up in the air. It was a lucky play, to be honest. Now, if I remove those 3 possessions, it's their execution. And why? Because they can give the ball to Estrada. We fouled him. He goes to the line, makes free throws. We fouled Williams once. He goes to the line, goes 2 for 2. So when you get fouled and go 2 for 2, and we get fouled and go 0 for 2 in a one-possession game, I mean, it's not, listen, there's 67 possessions in this ball game, probably 65. So I'm not pinning it on that. I'm just saying down the stretch, you got to respect the fact that Estrada can control the game. He can draw fouls. He can make free throws. And then they got a really fortunate, lucky bounce, which they did. I mean, that was the reason the guy was so wide open and dunking. We had 2 guys that were stealing it, and we couldn't get it. We just couldn't come up with it. So, but they're excellent, man. They're, Roger, that's a heck of an offensive basketball team over there. We were able to guard him in the first half much better because they played, and the kid's really good, and he's tough, and he's a winner, and he really helps them. But we didn't guard Carlos. So we were able to clog the lane off of him. So they weren't scoring much in those situations. They took him out and spread us with another shooter. So, smart by them. Typically Carlos plays kind of the whole game, and he's a big factor for them. But we can't guard them normal because we have small guards. Then Tyler Thomas just raises up over us and makes mid-range shots because he's getting guarded by guys that are 5'10", 6 foot. Instead of a guy that's 6'3" to 6'5", and he's a heck of a player too.
When you say that Estrada is good and can control a game, do you feel like he controlled those last minutes of the game?
I mean, listen, when he's got the ball in his hands as an opposing coach, you're in complete panic because we're not going to take it off him. He might miss a shot, but he's going to get a quality look, and he's a good passer. And so you have to give him so much attention because I'll tell you, if we weren't doubling him off every ball screen and we were just playing him normal, one-on-one, he would have had probably 35 or 40, which is what he's done to some other teams. We weren't going to let him do that, or we were going to try our best to not let him do that. We were going to make him become a passer tonight. We didn't want him to get as many shots. Now, we were also lucky. He got some good looks that he always makes that he didn't make. But that's part of basketball. I mean, Frankie isn't a 13% field goal shooter for a 5-year career either, and he just had an off night. And so sometimes it's good defense, and other times it's good game planning, and sometimes it's just a good player misses the shot that they usually make. So, combination.
Did you feel like Petway did okay with him?
Oh, listen, I thought Petway worked his butt off. I thought he played super hard. I thought he did as well as what we could really expect anybody would do with as good as Estrada is. I thought his quickness was effective. I thought he really battled. We had a chance. I mean, if you're up with 4 minutes to go, usually you look, in that game, you're going to have to win the game on offense because you're only going to stop them a few times at crunch time because they can give it to Estrada, who can make a play. They can give it to Thomas, who can make a play. They can throw it inside to Williams, who can finish. And then they have a couple guys who can stand and make wide-open shots, and they're not asked to do anything else because the heavy lifting is going to be done by Estrada, and you got 2 other threats. So we needed to win the game on offense. And if you looked at our offensive possessions, we missed some free throws. We missed some mid-range shots, which were hard shots. But we can't get by guys off the dribble very effectively. That's been an issue for us all year. I mean, our fans who were awesome tonight, and all season. I mean, they've stuck with us in a very difficult year in terms of the way things worked for us from the preseason on. I mean, we suited up with 8 guys this year, more than we suited up with 10 guys, which is crazy. The fans kept coming, they kept cheering, they kept trying to uplift the team. Big, a lot of appreciation from our players and coaches towards our fan base, because there was a year where it was pretty obvious the first time they saw us in November, we weren't a great basketball team at that point. And we're not a great basketball team today, but we've made tremendous progress because of our leadership with Tyler and Frankie and other guys. Fitzmaurice has gotten better, and some younger guys have gotten a lot of opportunities and have played better as the year have gone on. I really appreciate the turnout. I mean, the crowd was awesome. Good?
Thanks, Coach.
Okay? All right. See you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Safe trip.